Hey guys, welcome back to Rebuild Rescue. We are back here at Rebuild Rescue headquarters. We got a lot of work to do. Mike and Sam are gonna be working on Freedom in the background. You guys gotta check out that video series. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. Sam's airplane is almost done. Don't miss it. Make sure you check it out. Joe and I, we got a present. We got this big old box of Avionics goodness. All kinds of awesome avionics in here. We're gonna get this opened because Joe and I are gonna be ripping apart the 401. We're pulling probably, 70 pounds of wiring out of it. All kinds of old avionics. We're getting ready for the avionics install. And also, we have some wings that we have to go check out in Florida. So we gotta get this done so we can fly down to Florida. And well, I kinda already bought the wings, but yeah, so.
Yeah, so we can look at them after we bought them.
Right. Yeah, I know. Well, hey.
I'm like a pre-purchase inspection. I don't do that.
But, you know, and I also wanted to mention something. I saw this, where'd this sticker come from? Where'd that sticker come from?
I think I had a couple extra laying around.
So guys, if you didn't already know this, Joe actually has his own shop with a partner of his, Keith. It's Brandywine Bonanza Specialist, which I'm really excited about because Mike and I flew out to Ohio. The Bonanza's out of rig. It's out of rig. It was flying all crooked like a crab. I don't know if crabs fly, but you know, it was probably because Sam flew it last. But you know, he probably messed it up. But he
didn't complain about it.
It needs rigged. Well, I think he doesn't know the difference of a crab and airplane or not. You know, so
maybe I'll go fly with Sam. We'll find out.
Right. Anyway, let's get at it. So Avionics and Aspen came on board with us a long while back. I really got to thank Kelly over at Avionics, and I really got to thank Perry over at Aspen. We don't have the Aspen stuff here yet. It's on its way, but this panel is gonna be really cool. It's gonna be a complete rebuild, complete rewire. Without further ado, let's get this open.
Yeah, let's see what's in the box.
Man, that's good tape.
Hey. Oh, I got one.
So cool. So, Avionics Bluetooth keyboard, 2 of them.
Tray.
All right, we got a tray, 440 tray.
Connector kit.
Connector kit. What is that thing?
That's your XM weather.
Huh. I don't know. We'll have to look through this a little closer then. Ooh. Wow, this thing is very sleek.
Yeah, very small. Does all the audio. Pretty amazing what the little box will do.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so this is Bluetooth, the whole deal.
Music inputs, your XM radio inputs, all your audios, all your nav audios, comm audios.
And it's got a replay button, so if I can't hear...
Playback, record.
Yeah, right. Which for me is all the time. I have to play back. Ah, so cool. Oh, we got a new transponder. So this is the AXP340. It's got ADSB in and out capabilities, everything we need.
I'll take that over.
Whoa, easy there.
This looks like it'll fit on Freedom
perfectly. Yeah, he's looking for parts for Freedom. They're not over here.
You know it's serious when it comes with its own satchel of instructions. Wow, so here we got the 440. If you guys hop over to Avionics and check it out, they have an app you can download onto an iPad, and you can literally learn about these like they're working in an airplane. Now, for the big one, another satchel. Gotta love that. It's my man first.
There she is.
And Avionics IFD 550, built-in ARs. We can take whatever displays, we can put it right over on an iPad, and we have repetitive ARs on a different display inside the airplane, wherever you want it. Coupled with the Aspen, they work great, and it's gonna work really well with the S-Tech, or even with the 3100 digital autopilot if we end up being able to get one. So
Right.
I think it's Genesis. Yeah, I think we
Genesis.
got to give them a call, or
Yeah. Maybe they'll watch.
hey, Genesis, call us.
Please.
So this is awesome. I can't tell you how excited I am, and I can't tell you how grateful we are for great companies like Avionics and like Aspen. They have awesome products, but you know what? The people there at both companies are absolutely amazing. They treated us so well. They've been so nice, and they just support the community. Make sure you guys support them. Check out their stuff. Hop over on their websites. Shoot them a message. Tell them thank you from us. Yeah, awesome stuff. So I guess if we're gonna put this stuff in,
We gotta get all that stuff
we
out.
can get all that stuff out.
Yes. That's where the work starts.
Yeah, this is a lot of wires.
Fun's
too.
over. Now we gotta
Fun's
work.
over. Can we just put this back in and like open it back up again and do it all over again?
You can, but I gotta go to work.
All right. So a lot of the people that commented about the panel, they had said about keeping the radar, and I was really surprised. It's one of the only things that still worked, in that panel, and it does have a complete Avionics. I think it's like the 5,000 or 500 Flight Max.
Right. Yeah.
So
PFD or
they,
MFD.
They say
MFD.
that's like instant real radar.
Radar.
It's
It
not
is
like
real.
XM where
Yes.
it's a
Lag.
little laggy.
Yeah. No lag.
So what I was thinking of doing is, can we test that?
We can test it. Swing it back and forth, as long as nobody's in front of the airplane.
So you got to keep everybody away
Powered
from the
up.
airplane. We
Yeah.
don't want to like radiate anybody.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to
All right.
make anybody glow.
So why don't I? So I'm going to hook up the battery. If you can go in there then, and I'll run back and forth in front of it.
No, don't do that.
Oh, no? Okay.
No.
Free X-rays?
Free X-rays anyway. All right, so let's check this thing and see if the radar works. Obviously, if it doesn't work, I don't see why we would keep it installed. But if it does work, I don't see why we would uninstall it.
Okay, where's the Avionics Master?
It is right there where the Avionics Master is.
You're not funny. Let's go for the red one. Yeah, it's the red one. Doesn't say anything. That's the one. Ah, we got it. Okay. Radar. You know, if our buttons will work. Test. Stand by. Test. Oh, there we go.
Wow,
She
so it
is
works.
painting. It still works.
The screen access looks really good.
Yeah, it does. It had a little bit of blue blip at the beginning, but that seemed to go away.
So it's good to go. Radar's working.
Yeah. Our buttons don't work.
Buttons
so
are a
good.
little sticky. I
Buttons
think,
are a little sticky.
I think we'll send. We could probably send the Flight Max EX. I think you can still send them out and have them refurbished. So we'll just get them refurbished. Make sure all the buttons aren't sticky. It'll be good to go.
Yeah, because it's actually a nice unit.
Yeah, and so that's a redundancy, traffic, weather, the whole deal.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
yeah.
keep it in there.
I think we did. Especially with the real-time radar.
Yeah,
Nothing beats that.
I love it. What's the order of operations, Joe? Like which way?
First thing I'm going to do is pull all the radios out of the trays. We're going to
Alright.
get the center section out of here.
Right.
That'll help us get to the other two panels.
Okay.
We can kind of reach in behind to unplug things. Because there's a lot of things plugged in. Lines.
How about we pop out this window because it's going to get hot in here really quick. So I'll go out on the outside. Let's pop out that side. That's the emergency exit window.
Yes.
Get some air in here and then start pulling out avionics and marking them. And yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, you got a new learning experience about to happen.
yeah, well, I can look underneath the panel there and I see a ton of wires. So.
What's crazy is the car mechanics that see this, they see all white wires and they don't know how we do it.
Oh, wait, they're not marked like red, yellow,
No.
green, black.
Yeah, we are not car guys.
So like 95% of the wires are all one color.
And they're labeled.
Sometimes they're labeled. I've looked under some panels and they're not labeled. So that's maddening.
Ready?
Good.
Just push out. There you go.
All right. It's that easy. It's your escape hatch. That looks like that needs a little attention too.
Yeah, she's not quite right. Well, the
Feel safe?
the pin, the pin things aren't quite right either because
Well,
the handle doesn't quite pull the way it's supposed to. We
Yeah,
got a
we'll
little
get-
work to do here.
we'll get this all fixed up.
What's that, Joe?
Transponder, which we'll be getting a new one because this does not have ADSB out or in.
Yeah, looks like you got a little bit of mouse poop.
Yes. They tend to live in these when they're sitting.
Yeah.
They like to get up in insulation where it's warm.
I think this is like shock mounted, right?
Yeah, it's shock mounted with ripped shock mounts, so there's really not much holding you
There's
in
no,
there.
there's no shock mount.
No, but you won't get too far without taking the instruments out of it. We have wire markers. We're going to mark the wires so we know where they're going later.
Smart.
We don't want to be chasing things later. It's a lot easier just to know where they go. But we're going to grab a pen that was in here for a very long time and see if it works. And the pen does write. As long as it was in here.
All right. Got my panel off. Only took me like an hour.
Yeah. Well, you weren't here for half of an hour.
Whoa, whoa, calm down.
Then you came back.
So happy we're going to be replacing all this because so much of it is just antiquated and just
Yeah.
corroded.
we'll put a new
Everything was all
siren,
corroded. Time for lunch. You guys look like really cute laying under freedom working on it.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Fabric work.
Fabric work. Under an airplane?
Yep, that's how you do it. That's the piece that goes underneath.
Oh, cool.
You can go look on the Ghost and see how it works.
And he just sits in here with another bar across here.
Oh, that's really cool. That makes it simple. So while Joe's in there pulling the rest of the panel apart, I'm going to pull the nose off because that's where the radar is, and we haven't really checked to see what kind of condition everything is in underneath. There's a lot of wiring, and there's definitely some more cleaning that we can do in here. I got about 5 or so that didn't come out so easily, so we'll drill those out. Meanwhile, I get some coil on the rest of these and let it soak in. Everything comes out so much better with some penetrant. A little penetrating fluid.
A little penetrating fluid makes the world go around.
Makes the screw go around. I think all these were pretty much stripped out under here. Yeah, they're all stripped out. All right, so we got all the screws out of the front nose bowl, nose piece. I don't even know what this is called. Let's see if we can get it loosened up. It's a very interesting coating that came off on the inside of this nose cone. This looks like someone just painted like an epoxy in here. So how does this all look to you? It actually looks pretty good. I thought this would be full of like birds.
Yeah, no, actually.
There's zero birds. There's zero birds in here. This is what I saw that is a concern. Take a look in there.
Yeah, looks like the mice got to it.
Yes, this is really the first thing I've seen that looks like mice got to some wires. If you look here, if you look on this, this whole circuit panel, circuit board does have some corrosion on it. What I'd like to do, see if there is a company that services them. If there is, pop this off, send it out, make sure it's 100%. Pop the main, take everything out, the main unit, send it to them. Like anything we keep in the airplane, I think we have to completely have gone over, professionally gone over.
Yeah.
Make sure it's 100%. If it's not,
Out.
we get rid of it. So Joe said he just found some kind of a nest inside the panel. Let's go check it out.
Yes, the birds are not done with you yet. I'm not quite sure how they managed to get where they did, but in this hole over here.
Hey, look at that.
A little hotel.
It's a little bird hotel.
All through here.
Man. I think also too here at the footwell, I saw some bird nests through the one crack too, so they got in there too somehow.
Probably down through here.
Yeah.
That is crazy. There's open holes where your cables go down through.
Yeah, that is just so nuts. I mean, a little 2-inch hole and a whole bird like family comes in and out for like years. I don't see anything that really worries me about the wiring. Obviously, we're replacing a bunch of stuff either way, coax, all that stuff.
Yeah, the powers and grounds.
I see some old Avionics wiring and stuff that was abandoned at one time.
Yeah, there's some of that, a little bit of.
Yeah, definitely just get all that out of there. Yeah, we're gonna strip most of this out. All right, well, let's keep, I guess at this point, it's removing these gauges here. I mean, we got some vacuum lines, some pitot lines, stuff like that, but we can just start pulling that out. All this backlit, all this stuff here, I mean, we're just gonna go ahead and cut that loose, and that's it.
Get new lighting.
Nice. So for those of you who don't know, in an older airplane like this 1969 Cessna, these are fuel lines that come into the fuel flow gauge that sit right next to the oil lines that come in. And that's right, there's oil and fuel, gasoline running into these gauges to tell you what the pressures are. And it's running into an area where there's all kinds of nice electrical devices. We're getting rid of that. Right here. So these are fuel lines that were coming in to the fuel flow gauge, and they are corroded, like pretty good. Glad we're replacing them. Oh man, it is really hot in there. Joe and I have got a lot of work done in there. I mean, it's a mess. Like, it is just a mess of wires. I'm looking at like the hoses and all the fittings, the fuel, copper fuel lines running in, stuff that's corroded. I can't wait to get this all out. The new system, as I'm learning a lot about these systems, the new system is way better, way better. Get the fuel out of the cockpit, get oil from running out of the cockpit, over top of electrical wires. We're gonna cut down electrical wires by like 50%. It's looking really good, and we got a ton of real estate on that panel to fit everything. I promise you, it is going to be an amazing looking panel. Yeah, it's kind of bare.
It's a big hole now.
It's a big hole. There's like a big hole in it. It looks good. It looks good.
Gotta rip it down before you can build it up.
That's it, baby.
That's it, man. I had a guy came by, I was doing his 414, same thing. He was like, his wife came with him on a weekend. I just happened to stop by. And she's like, I don't know if I'll ever get in that airplane again. She saw it like that. And I said, have you ever remodeled your bathroom?
Yeah, it
And
looks
she's
the
like,
same way,
yeah. I said, it was a complete disaster till you're done, right?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. I said, just wait till I'm done.
And that's, I mean, that's what Rebuild Rescue is about. You know, just, you know, and a lot of times you gotta break something down before you build it back up. And it's a lot of time, it's a lot of effort, you know, but it's worth every dime. And it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be an awesome airplane.
All right, we can haul plywood.
We can at least haul a 4x8 sheet in here. Perfect.
That's very nice.
That's like so much better than tripping over top of everything and like almost falling on the floor. If I want, I could kind of like lay down and take a nap now.
No napping. We got work to do.
I mean, a lot of work.
A lot of work to do.
It's like,
It's a lot of weight.
that is like, this thing was heavy. It's like a ton of stuff.
Okay. Now we gotta go straighten our legs. Easy.
So a few minutes ago, I was over in the office with Sam. We were talking, and we came out, and the 401 was sitting on its tail, and Joe
inadvertently,
not on purpose, and Joe was holding on for dear life inside the cockpit, and Jake, who is behind the camera today, said something about soiling his pants or something. So he was coming out, and I think the weight and balance got a little bit unweight and balanced. Yeah. So everything's okay though, and we're gonna put something underneath here to support it a little bit more.
Yeah, they made a connector, or connectors, from one connector, which I never do. This is just another point to fail at some point in time. If this goes to the radio, you run your wires out, you put your ends on when you get there, and that way it's one connector, one wire to the headphone jack, the mic jack, whatever it might be, not this. Bad. Quite the mess.
Couple more parts.
Progress. All right. Okay. Knee stretch. Oh my God.
All right, man, what do we got going on?
All right, well, we're gonna tackle this headliner is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this headliner all the way out, all the way back, which means we gotta take these panels out. Here's some overhead jacks that are not being used anymore. We got oxygen here, dimmers, more air vents. These will actually pop around it. Speakers probably. We're gonna yank all this out and then hopefully get this whole headliner taken down and see the rest of this thing. One more piece out of there, buddy. There'll be nothing left of her soon.
It's like a Johnny Cash song.
Then we'll have to put her all back together.
One piece at a time.
Yeah. But it'll be cool airplane when it's done.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
All right. We have all the pieces removed. Next thing we're gonna do is if you cameraman will hand me that box out there.
Yes, sir.
We'll get this stuff in a box, and then we'll see what kind of mess we're gonna have. Plates. They glued it, that's for sure. Whew, somebody was overzealous on the glue.
All right, so Joe got all of the headliner down here. If you look, there's this channel that each of these, it's like a wire, and if you look in there, see how it's rusting? So that wire's inside there rusting. There was water getting inside of the emergency window. Luckily, no corrosion, but it definitely helped this rust. And it's gonna be really cool to just replace all this stuff, get that old insulation smell out of here, and get some new insulation in here and like a new headliner. I was so excited to see what they have in store for our new headliner design. It's gonna be like really cool. Yeah, so we're just gonna get all these screws out, get this out of the channel, get the rest of this down. I wonder what that clamp was for and why someone left it. Like, what's that holding up?
It initially was holding this up so they could get it in place.
And then they just kind of forgot about it.
It must have.
I wonder how old that clamp is.
I don't know, it looks like it's in good shape.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll use that when this gets put back together.
All right. Never know what you're gonna find, I guess.
Yeah, right?
And then comes the glue.
Each one of those ribs are glued up there, and it has that retaining piece on there. Wow, and there's the oxygen lines, all AN fitting all the way up to each receptacle. So we'll get this all checked over and make sure that's 100% in case we're gonna be really high up in the clouds and need a little bit of oxygen. Yeah, everything's like looking really good here. I see no corrosion. You get the last tug, Joe.
That's all I get, wrapped around in a cable. There was a lot of screws holding it up.
I think airplanes are like
So screwed
90% magic, 10% screws.
together. Yeah. If it wasn't for 10% screws and 90% magic,
Wouldn't work. Oh man, this headliner actually looks really nice. Yeah, it's actually in really good shape. I wonder when this was replaced last. But it's getting replaced with something much nicer. All right, guys, so we got a ton of stuff done on the 401. We have all the avionics out. We have 90% of the wiring out. We got the headliner out, the insulation. We still have a bunch of stuff to take out of the front end. We still got a bunch of stuff to take out of the back end of it.
But it's coming together.
It's coming together. And then we got to get the wings off. We got to, oh my gosh, the other list is like really long. But guys, thank you so much for spending some of your time with us here watching this project and all the others we have here at Rebuild Rescue. We really appreciate you guys. Make sure you like the videos. Make sure you turn on the notifications. And guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. And don't forget to get some merch. It's 401 forever.
That's right.
Thank you so much, guys.